Today we're looking at, well, it's called Nature's Three Daughters, Beauty, Love, and Wit. It's English theater from 1661. Not your typical love story, though.
No, not at all.
This one's an allegory, so the characters,
Right.
they actually represent ideas like beauty, love, and wit. And guess what?
What's that?
They're three sisters.
Of course they are. That's clever, though.
Mm.
Allegory, I mean. Playwrights back then could explore these complex issues, philosophical, societal, all while entertaining the audience.
Yeah, I noticed when I was reading through the play, the character list, I mean, it's amazing. Mademoiselle Tell Truth, Monsieur Poverty.
Monsieur Esperance.
It's like a who's who of human nature.
Right. That's how you know it's allegory.
Yeah.
Each character is basically their name, like a walking, talking definition.
Okay, so the play opens with a group of women. They're plotting against these three sisters. They want to hurt and destroy them.
Wow.
All right.
Quite the opening scene.
It sets up the conflict, though. You have these good qualities, and something's trying to stop them.
Exactly. It makes you think, what are those forces?
Right, that's what I thought, too. Like, what can erode beauty or diminish love? What stifles wit?
Yeah, and even more, what do those things represent in our lives?
So one scene I thought was great. It's Monsieur Esperance and his wife. He's freaking out.
Why? What happened?
She got all dressed up, and he thinks she's trying to attract other men.
Oh, the jealous husband?
But wait, there's a twist. She tells him, "No, I'm looking good for you." She actually says, "Virtue shines brightest when paired with beauty."
Liver.
It's like she's saying, taking care of my appearance makes me more virtuous.
Right, and I'm doing it for you, too.
Exactly.
It makes sense, though, for that time. 17th century England. Women's appearance, it was tied to how virtuous people thought they were.
So for her to say that, it's kind of bold.
It really is.
It's like she's flipping the script. But it makes you think, how much has changed today?
Good point.
Do we still judge women based on how they look?
That's a good question.
Do we still think beauty equals virtue?
I don't know. But it shows you, this play from hundreds of years ago, it still has things to say about today.
For sure. Now let's move on to Mademoiselle Grand Esprit, or Lady Wit, as I like to call her. She gives this whole lecture about ignorance, and she breaks it down into 5 categories.
Oh, wow.
Gods, fates, nature, world, and man. Like a philosophy 101 class.
What kinds of things does she talk about? Like, what do we really know about the universe?
Yeah, and about fate, about human nature.
The limits of knowledge.
Right, and she's so sure of herself. It's like she's challenging the audience. Like she's saying, think about what you think you know.
And her last point. Basically, she says, we're all doing things for our own benefit. So let's at least try to figure out what's best.
Okay, so through knowledge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And self-reflection. And temperance.
So it's not just about knowing things. It's about using knowledge to make yourself better.
And to make good choices.
Mm.
Pretty profound stuff coming from Lady Wit.
And today, we have information coming at us from everywhere. It makes you think, how can I be sure I'm thinking for myself?
Right.
Grand Esprit's advice about self-reflection, it seems more important than ever.
I think so, too.
Now, we should talk about Monsieur Nobilissimo. Interesting character. He spends a lot of time talking about swords, like praising the sword. He calls it a gentleman's trusty friend.
And his safeguard.
Yes. Obviously, it's the 1600s, so every gentleman would have a sword.
Sure.
But it made me think, what's our version of the sword today?
What do you mean?
Like, what do we have today that shows you're masculine?
Oh, I see.
What do we use to show status?
That's interesting. You're right. It's like the play is a mirror. It shows us the values from back then.
Right.
But it also makes us look at our own values.
Exactly. And then there's this scene. It's Mademoiselle Amour. She's the embodiment of love. And she straight up tells Monsieur Nobilissimo she has feelings for him.
Wow.
I know. And she even says, I love you for your mind, not your looks.
That's so bold.
Yeah.
Especially for a woman at that time. She's going after what she wants. She's saying what she feels. And she cares about his mind more than how he looks.
Total power move.
It really is. It makes you think about gender roles, too.
Totally. It's funny, though, because throughout this whole play, I'm not sure what to make of the women.
How so?
Well, you have Amour. She's strong. She's independent. She makes her own decisions. But then there are other women. They're kind of cunning and deceptive.
Oh, right. It's like it's showing both sides, how women were seen back then.
Exactly.
People admired women's power, but they were also afraid of it.
Yeah, and you can see that in the different characters.
Some are virtuous and intelligent, and others use their cleverness to do bad things.
I wonder if the playwright was trying to say something about women in general, or if he was just showing us the different ways people thought about women back then.
That's what's so great about art. It makes you think about these things, these complicated questions.
And that's what makes Nature's Three Daughters so interesting. It's not just a play, it's like a snapshot of society, a philosophy lesson, a look at human nature, all at the same time.
You said it. And we've only just begun to explore it.
Oh, I know. I can't wait to see what happens next. But for now, let's just take a minute and think about everything we've learned so far.
Sounds good. It's amazing to see how a play from so long ago, it can still speak to us today.
It really is.
It makes you think about beauty and love and wit, how those things are still important.
Absolutely. So as we get deeper into this play, one thing I noticed, it's how the play shows us the big ideas, but also, like, what daily life was like back then.
Right, in the 1660s.
Yeah, like, there's this whole subplot about men not carrying swords anymore.
Really?
Yeah, they have their servants carry them. You'd think it's just a sword, who cares? But Monsieur Nobilissimo,
What, he doesn't like it?
he completely loses it.
What?
For him, it's not just about, carrying a sword.
I guess it means more to him.
Way more. It's like honor, masculinity.
Social status.
Exactly. He even worries that gentleman will be attacked.
Attacked.
By who?
By commoners. He thinks if they don't have their swords...
They'll be vulnerable.
Exactly. It's kind of funny, but also it makes you think...
About what?
Well, like today. What do we worry about losing?
Oh, like things that give us power.
Yeah, or status, or even identity.
You're right.
Like what happens when those things change?
Or if we think we're losing them.
Exactly.
That's a really good point. I mean, we're not worried about swords.
Right.
But we still have those anxieties about where we fit in and who we are.
Exactly. Oh, and there's this other scene. It's Monsieur Poverty. He's going to visit Monsieur Nobilissimo.
Okay.
But he's all hesitant because, he's poor.
I see.
He thinks he'll shame Nobilissimo.
That's sad.
It is, but Nobilissimo, he's like, dude, true friends don't care about money.
That's nice.
Right. Like, real connection is more important.
For sure.
It's funny, though, because remember Nobilissimo's obsession with swords and stuff? Oh, yeah. Like status symbols?
It's kind of hypocritical, isn't it?
A little bit.
Like, do as I say, not as I do.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Okay, we have to talk about Mademoiselle Grand Esprit again, her second lecture.
This is the one on love, right?
Yes. And it's mind-blowing.
What did she say?
She says all love comes from self-love.
Interesting.
Even love for the gods.
Like, we love them because we want their favor.
Exactly. It's all about what we get out of it.
Wow.
I know. And she goes through all these relationships.
Like
parents and children.
Lovers?
Rulers and their subjects.
It's like she's saying there's no such thing as selfless love.
Right. It's almost cynical.
Maybe. But maybe. Maybe she just wants us to be honest about why we love.
Oh, I see.
To think about our motives. Because even when we think we're being selfless, there might be some self-interest in there too.
That's a good point. It doesn't mean love isn't real, but we should understand how it works.
Yes. And Grand Esprit, she ties it all back to self-knowledge. And temperance. She's basically saying, if you're going to be driven by self-love, at least do it intelligently.
So, like, control your desires.
Right. And make good choices.
Yeah.
Choices that actually help you.
Instead of just getting carried away by passion.
Exactly.
Oh, and remember the scene with Mademoiselle Esperance?
What? Where she thinks her husband's losing interest?
Yes. She's so worried. She thinks he's attracted to her maids.
It said she's really jealous.
She talks to her cousin.
Mademoiselle Tell Truth.
Yes. And Tell Truth is much more like...
What, like practical?
Yeah. She's like, men will be men. Don't overthink it.
Oh, good.
But Esperance, she gives this whole speech.
About what?
About how men should use their time well, not just wasting it.
Ah.
She even connects idleness with losing virtue.
Meaning, if you have too much free time...
You get into trouble.
Yeah, or neglect your duties.
Right. And it makes sense for the time.
It's that Puritan idea.
Of hard work and discipline.
And being morally good.
It's interesting how that shows up in the play.
It shapes how people act, even how they view love.
Exactly. It makes you think, though. Are those values still important today?
Good question.
Like, do we still worry about the balance?
Between relaxing and working.
Yes. Or between having fun and doing what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's like the play is still asking us questions.
I know, it's like a mirror.
Reflecting our own values and worries.
But with that 17th century twist.
I like that, a 17th century twist.
All right, so we're back, ready to finish our deep dive into nature's three daughters. We've talked about love and beauty and all that, but there's one thing we haven't really gotten to.
What's that?
The ending.
Ah, yes. The grand finale.
And it's a comedy, so of course it ends with weddings.
3 weddings.
Right. Everyone's happy.
That wraps everything up so nicely.
But knowing this play, I bet there's more to it than that.
Oh, you know there is. Mademoiselle Grand Esprit. She always has something to say.
What kind of wisdom does she drop this time?
So before the couples go off to be married, she gives this speech about all the different kinds of love.
Okay.
Love for the gods, love between friends.
Love between family.
Right. And then love between husband and wife.
What does she say about marriage?
Are you ready for this?
Hit me with it.
She says, "The best marriage is but the womb of trouble."
Oh, wow. Way to kill the mood.
I know, right?
It's like she's telling them, get ready for a bumpy ride.
Exactly. But that's Grand Esprit, always looking at both sides.
The good and the bad.
Right. She's saying marriage can be tough.
It's not always easy.
There will be challenges.
She also says marriage is important.
For society, for families.
Right. She's not saying don't get married.
Exactly. It's more like go into it with your eyes open.
Know what you're getting into.
Be realistic.
That's just romantic.
Exactly.
Makes you think, what do we expect from marriage today?
It's a good question.
Do we still think it's all happily ever after?
Or do we realize it takes work?
It's a journey.
With ups and downs.
It's so interesting how this play...
It makes us think about those things.
Yeah, like it's not just a story.
It's a conversation starter.
And before we finish, I have to mention Mademoiselle Bon. She really got her heart broken.
She did.
But she was so strong.
She didn't give up.
She learned from the experience.
And she moved on.
It's like she's showing us we can all heal even when love hurts.
That's a good point.
So what's the takeaway from all of this? From this whole deep dive?
Well, I think this play wants us to really think about things.
About love, about beauty.
About how society shapes us.
It reminds us that relationships are complicated.
There's no easy answers.
Especially when it comes to love.
But it also says, don't be afraid to ask the hard questions.
And don't be afraid to embrace the complexities.
Be open to learning.
And don't forget to use your wit.
And your wisdom.
I love that. This play was written so long ago.
Over 350 years.
But it's still so relevant.
The themes are timeless.
Love, loss, ambition.
Wanting a better life.
That's what great art does.
It speaks to everyone, no matter the time period.
Well, I think it's safe to say we both really enjoyed Nature's Three Daughters.
It was a pleasure exploring it with you.
And to all our listeners out there, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Keep exploring, keep thinking, and until next time, stay curious.